Okay, this one I got 29 minutes, 21 seconds. No pressure. But yeah, I just was playing a game listening to reggaeton, Spanish music, and something occurred to me, the epiphany. But yeah, I noticed that while I was playing the game, it was like a stage two beats or something that was taking like 6 minutes or something. And I heard the word agarrar, and the whole sentence was agarrarme la luna. Yeah, to I'm not gonna spoil it because yeah, and I was like, okay, agarrarme la luna. La luna means the moon, and agarrarme to something for me, la luna. And I was like, okay, to spare would be nice, quite poetic and stuff like that. But I felt the like urge to finish the stage. Not only I finished the stage in the game way faster than usual. It takes me like 11 to 10 minutes to do the stage. But I had a goal to reach. So I was in a hurry. So I finished it in 6 or 7 minutes, I think. And then I jumped to the Spanish dictionary I got, and I looked up agarrar. And to my surprise, it wasn't actually like what you call uh, sparing or preserving, but I think this is another one that's gonna bother me. I think I'm gonna preserve. What is it? Preserve in Spanish? I don't know. I need to look that up as well. So the whole point of this video is now that it made me realize, coming back to the epiphany moment, is that this urge for me to understand that missing piece of the puzzle I knew was not only making me perform better, which could be like uh, which could differ from individual to individual, but it's just my high level of curiosity, and kind of I kind of associated with this with something that Einstein would call like intelligence, that curiosity to learn and openness to learn is called intelligence. And funny enough, even doing this, for anyone watching this, I don't like quoting people, Einstein or whoever it is, because I don't know, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. It's kind of, maybe I'm that insecure about my individuality that inviting even a quotation from others is just kind of undermining my own individuality. That is very selfish and egoistic, but it is what it is. I need to kind of acknowledge the feeling. But even doing that, um, is what's called in marketing borrowed authority. That who the fuck am I? But if you look up, Einstein said this. Okay, Einstein is proven genius, and if he says that, and this guy knows this quotation from Einstein, in subconscious level, I get the borrowed authority from this guy, and my authority is boosted in someone's mind. And funny enough, if I'm actually wrong about this, it's gonna boost my memorability in minds of other people watching this, one or two people, that they're gonna say, look up, okay, this isn't from Einstein, this is from whoever the fuck, and they're gonna remember me as someone who the fucker who misquoted Einstein. So both are literally contributing to the memory effect of whatever the fuck I'm trying to say now. So with that concept in mind, in your subconscious mind, is that I noticed that you can actually, if we take that kind of measurement of intelligence, that is openness to learn, and it's just how curious you are, about the world around you. I'm paraphrasing Einstein again. That you can actually force this curiosity. Therefore, you can actually force evolved version of intelligence to yourself. I remembered when I was 16 or 17, I think. Uh, yeah, and we were in a very kind of lucrative setting that there were people who knew 5 or 6 languages, and at that time I just knew English, and my English is like quite interesting, but I'm not proficient enough to be native, but I suppose I am kind of a native level speaker, but I guess that's my high threshold and high bar and high standards I hold myself to. But anyways, so these two people were there were speaking. There were like I think um, siblings, and they were speaking in German, and they were literally not friendly, but friendly-ish, and they were just every 5 to 10 seconds they were looking at me, standing there. They were sitting at the table, and they were looking at me 5 or 10 seconds, and they were chuckling, laughing, smiling, and just having a nice time while speaking to each other in German. And I wouldn't be bothered to ask them, okay, what is funny about me or stuff like that, because not only that would show my insecurity and that would put emphasis on I would have cared about what they said, but this piqued my interest that why this happens, because then I knew like this kind of psychological effect that some things have on you, and I was very like interested in psychology and books and stuff like that. And the thing is, I knew like okay, if you are in a party, if you are at a party and someone amongst like 50 noises, 50 different noises, speaks your name is literally gonna travel to your earbuds, and it's literally gonna trigger your senses, because it's a combination of words that you are familiar with, and it's kind of a trigger point to um, addressing you. So I noticed that although my name wasn't mentioned and none of the words spoken then, I knew not either any of those words, but I noticed that not only my senses, my pattern recognition, everything, oh nice. I don't need to actually slide my hand to the screen and stuff. I literally can see the shadow here. Nice, nice. Um, another discovery. It was literally triggered because it was kind of a survival. I'm gonna use this more. So survival kind of effect that it could be kind of danger for me, that they were speaking about me, so maybe I could have used that info or something. It's like our minds is literally designed for survival, so that's a given. And I noticed that since ever since I like learned a bit of French, then pursued Spanish, and after that uh, I think yeah, German and a little bit of Japanese as well, and other languages here and there as well. I noticed the more languages I learn, the more curious I become, the more bold or bolder I become. Not a boulder. I'm literally a fucking Stein, rockhead in this bitch. But the more I am forced to understand things. Like I remember I was playing this game. The intro was Omao Miraini Shori Vanai. I knew, okay, Omao Miraini means in your future, and Ni indicates location or occurrence. Vanai means there is nothing. It's kind of a colloquial, that's a word I'm never gonna understand. Um, Expression that in your future there isn't this. and it was from some character that could see into the future. So the thing that would help me learn in context would be, okay, in your future there is no, and because it's a battle kind of theme going on, there is no triumph, there is no victory, there is no like something in that lane. And I looked it up. It was like because not only I was having the 90% of the whole concept ready in my mind, Omao Miraini blank one eye, I had the urge to fill in the blank. It's literally mental edging. You know the whole thing, but you're literally one missing piece away from understanding the whole picture. And not only that triggered my curiosity to chase that word, and I'm gonna add another tangent for the French as well, but and this is Japanese by the way. And the thing is that not only that triggered the emotions, but also I already had prepared the positivity and the positive. I have associated positive weights to the word that was gonna be I would soon discover the meaning of, because if a character who is a very cocky character with that context and can see into the future says in your future there is no blank, that character is not gonna say, okay, in your future there is no defeat, you know. So that kind of like made sense, and that prepared my mind and narrowed it down to associate positive meaning to that word. And this is literally how it is most effective to learn languages, which is in context with understanding the emotional weight of each word, because understanding and learning is like journey of discovery, from questioning why to actually setting out to find out the why. Is literally let's say in the gaming theme, you're about to defeat a dragon, but if you are literally sitting on your ass and dragon is not even a threat for you, you're not gonna do it. You're gonna say, okay, someone else is gonna do it. I'm gonna use ChatGPT. But if you are in the setting that it's fight or flight for you, there is no internet connection, there wasn't no AI then, and you literally are threatened by those words being spoken there, you literally heighten your senses to understand what's being there, what's being said there. And this made me realize, or like as I said, like in a French context, I when COVID hit, I was already like taking part in French courses that pushed my niveau to B2 level. But I wouldn't understand shit. My professor would say, hey, maybe I was a law student then. My last year of my 4 years bachelor's that I finished 1 year early, so it was 3.5. And my professor then said, hey, maybe stick to law, maybe French is not your thing. And I said, okay, she has all the rights to claim that, because I'm actually not keeping up with the materials, and I'm too bored to do the, okay, speak to the natives or do like a boring stuff to learn the language that is required for you to do so. And the best thing ever happened. COVID hit. I literally locked myself in my room because, going outside wasn't even an option then, because my family would bitch about me not going out, not socializing enough and stuff like that. But when COVID hit, it wasn't like any of that. It was like, okay, sit on your ass and do whatever the fuck you want to do to actually stay alive. And that was the heavenly moment that in the 3 months of prior to summer, and during summer, so in 6 months, I not only watched 1,000 episodes of One Piece and other animes and read shit ton of mangas, all in French, literally extending my French vocabulary to the extent that whatever I consume in French, I'm gonna understand 90% of it or whatever. And the funny thing is that all of and I started out of curiosity, started like learning Spanish as well, the basics. I remember I was practicing it with Buzu app and with Bibble or Bubble, not Bible, Bubble, I think. And but Buzu was the most effective one. And on the side, of course, I was reading One Punch Man manga or other, Black Clover manga in a mix of Spanish and French. So not only that kind of, even nowadays, I'm literally everything I'm reading is either in Spanish, because French is like, if I read it in French, I'm gonna like learn as much as new words that reading it in English would provide me. Maybe every 50 chapters, one word. But in Spanish, I'm still like extending my knowledge and stuff like that. And it's totally like fully like self-studied other than my French, which was kind of like institutionalized, half at least the basic grammar and stuff like that, like future perfect continuous stuff. But so the funny thing is that I'm noticing my curiosity is pushed to the heights that it never was. I always was curious, but it is being even more kind of critical for me to understand, because let's say back to the whole point, when I heard that song, my enjoyment of the song is literally tied to the meaning of that word agarrarme la luna, which literally means to hold on to the light, to hold on to the moonlight or to the moon, which elevates the emotional impact of the song itself. So it literally forces me to be more curious, and because my mind, the neurons in my mind are trained to literally at the light speed blast off whenever I encounter a new word, to immediately hypothesize about the meaning of that word in the context. At the same time, associate some kind of positive, neutral, or negative weight to the word as well. And on top of all of that, it's literally preparing me 90% of the way, mental edging me to actually go after meaning of that word. And the French one is quite unique as well. There is an expression in French that is said "ex ça saute." I just heard this in the, I think, I'm gonna add another kind of subtangent, because the first episode I watched in French dub was actually Black Clover anime episode 1. And the episode, of course, was 20 minutes long. It's an anime. And it took me 2 hours, 49 minutes to get through, because I would literally rewind, what the fuck did he say here? And it was the most frustrating thing ever, of course. But as the time passed, and this exasot is very, very interesting highlight of my journey in the 6 months of learning, not learning, but actually using for understanding and understanding of the language, the academic kind of, not academic, but the institutionalized kind of knowledge I had, presumably at like B2 level. I literally went and looked it up. Exasot, VEXC. I tried like 20, 30 different things. And it was like after I dropped Black Clover, of course, I started One Piece because it was a new series. I hadn't watched it before, and episode one still took me 1 hour because there wasn't much talking, and it was very basic. It was like 1999, so the dialogues weren't like that elevated or something. And I heard Exasot at like episode 20. I didn't understand. I kind of struggled a lot with it and stuff like that. But then I dropped it because, okay, I literally activated uh, like voice messaging to Google Translate or other translators, and none of it worked. And then it hit me again about episode 200, and I was like watching not one, 5 to 10 episodes a day, sometimes like 20. I literally was eating, shitting, sleeping barely, and watching anime in French. That was, and to actually make it kind of diverse, I was learning the Spanish grammar on the side as well. Very, very. This is actually the highlight of my life so far because the sheer fun of learning was like immense there, and no one would bother me or anything. But yeah, my family would nag here and there. Okay, why the fuck you're not socializing with others? But it was COVID time, so they were just saying okay to stay healthy and stuff like that. But anyways, so it came like about episode 700 that I slowly started understanding okay, exasot is e ke sa sot. Literally, it's like four words instead of one word. And then by then I had understood the structure of French sound and all of the boring things because I associated with a very fun journey of One Piece, which is a very great anime and story in general. And the fun thing is that I just realized, okay, it's just four words. It's not one word. E ke sa sot, which is literally sote means to jump, and it would imply, and I had associated this emotional weight to it that so that this jumps, may this jump, and it was just all this time it was just um, professing this message, implying this kind of action that this should be immediate, this should be immediately done. And then I understood, okay, now I understand this because now I have kind of openly um, exposed myself to the language, to the environment. On the side, I have seen the repeated patterns of e, which means and, ke or ko, um, which means that, and sa, which is that again, or I don't know the grammatical words for it, and sauter to jump. So by then I would realize, okay, these are the words, and then I was very emotionally charged, and I was like, okay, this is another idealistic version of okay, I understand this finally. But so I went to the I remember to the translator, and I slowly typed out e ke sa sot, and I didn't know um, the outcome. And to my surprise, it was exactly that. Exasot means, yeah, to imply immediacy of action or something. And that's the whole journey made me realize, okay, there are components to forced curiosity. There is the immediacy of it, funny enough. There is a crucial element to it, and there is this kind of mental edging that you need to have context. So coming back to the borrowed authority from good old Einstein, is that if we say curiosity is the measurement of intelligence, you can literally force intelligence in your life, and you can force curiosity in your life, to your life, and on your life, whatever the proposition there is, and you can elevate your intelligence by this measure, because you can put yourself in situations that you have to be curious for your survival, for your mental aging, for whatever. And either you can find this exact same thing that kind of triggers this kind of emotion for you and emotional response for you, and you can apply it that way, or simply you can start learning a language that you find functional and practical anyways, and you can apply it to your hobbies, to whatever you find. I actually just noticed this with Agarrar that just happened while I was in a situation that couldn't kind of check the meaning of the word, because I was literally in the middle of the game kind of stage, and it would be kind of a hassle to waste that energy in game and 6 minutes of my time to literally quit the game, go to dictionary, and that would kind of waste my time in a way. So the feeling of being forced to understand that message and not being able to immediately go and look up the meaning was quite interesting to me, and led to this video. So yeah, hopefully you learned something interesting and you can boost your curiosity, and bye.